Welcome to the Creative Ways Stretching online tutorial for our students. First stretch we're doing is mountain. If you start with your hands and knees on the floor, and then you're going to stretch your legs back so they're nice and straight, keeping your hands flat on the floor. Try and keep your legs straight the whole time. Try and keep your heels pressed into the floor. At the halfway mark now, if you try and push your hips backwards, and that'll increase the pressure on the stretch on the hamstring. Next stretch we're doing is 90-degree left or right leg. It's entirely up to you which one you use. Place whichever leg you've chosen directly in front of you at 90 degrees. Place your back leg directly behind you with the top of your foot pointing down towards the floor. Once you're comfortable in that position, start then stretching your arms and going straight down. Try and get your chest as close to the floor as you can. From here, really try and relax and try and really push your hips into the floor to get more out of the stretch. For the last 20 seconds or so, if you just start walking your hands back, keep your back as straight as you possibly can and try and arch your back backwards as far as you can. Okay, we're going to be repeating this stretch on the other leg, so choose your other leg. Again, place it directly in front of you at a 90-degree angle. Place the other leg directly behind you with the top of your foot down to the floor. Once you're comfortable in that position, outstretch your arms forwards, get your chest as low down as you can and try and relax into that position. Once you're comfortable in that position, really try and push the hips again straight into the floor just to get more out of the stretch. Start walking the hands back again, keep that back nice and straight, trying to arch your back as far backwards as you can. Next up is butterfly bounce. So sitting on the floor, bringing both feet together, keep your back as straight as you possibly can, try and push your knees directly down to the floor. Do 5 or 6 bounces with the knees up and down. Every time you're trying to go down, just try and push them down a little bit further. And if you want to, if you can, just support one side and give your knee just a push down to the floor just to help, and repeat on the other side. Just for the last 20 seconds or so, if you're going to grab your feet and try and get your head down to your feet, or if you can, directly down to the floor, or get your chest as close to the floor as you can. Next up, we've got lunge with the left leg. Place your left leg directly in front, bring your right leg backwards, keep your knee into the floor. Keep both hands on the inside of your left leg and just try and get the chest and your hips as low down as you possibly can. Lunge now with the right leg, identical, just on the opposite side. So right leg straight forwards, both hands on the inside of your right leg this time, keeping that back knee directly down onto the floor. Try and get your chest as far down as you possibly can when you're leaning forwards, and just feel that stretch on the top of your quads on your left leg. Next up, we got open split holds. So sitting down and just open the legs into a split position. Make sure your toes are pointing up to the ceiling, and your opposite hand's going to go down and grab the toes. 8 to 10 seconds, and then we're going to switch to the opposite side. Try and keep your shoulders parallel so you're not turning the opposite arm shoulder down to the floor. 8 to 10 seconds, and then switch back to the opposite side. For the last 30 seconds, if you just open the legs just that little bit more, extend the feet out, and again go down. 8 to 10 seconds on each side. Next up, we've got prayer position. So if you start just with the knees on the floor, feet together, knees a little bit back shoulder width apart, arms outstretched as far forwards as you can, and then drop your hips back as far as you can, and then slowly start walking your fingers forward, so you're kind of edging your arms as far forwards as you possibly can. If your bottom starts lifting up, try and get the hips pushed back again. Just keep extending them fingers going forwards and trying to stretch out the bottom of your back. Halfway through, just 30 seconds left. Keep going, keep stretching out the bottom of that back, keep walking them fingers forwards, making sure you're pushing your hip backwards. Next up, we just got some sitting hamstring stretches. So if you're just sitting on the floor, outstretch one leg directly in front of you, butt the other leg up to the leg that's straight, and grab the toes, making sure the knees flat down into the floor. pulling the heel up off the floor. Don't lift your whole leg, just your heel. About 10 seconds, and then go straight forwards. Try and get both hands onto the foot. Get your chest nice and low down, close to the knee. Around 10 seconds again, and then we're going to change legs and repeat. So change legs. Make sure the knee's nice and low, grabbing the toes, lifting the heel up. Don't lift the whole leg, just lift the heel. And with both hands going forwards, grabbing the toes, and try and get your head nice and low down towards the knee, your whole body down towards the knee. Next up, we just got an adductor stretch. So if you start standing up, feet a little bit more than shoulder width apart, bending the hips nice and low, bending the knees, putting the elbows on the inside of the knees. Try and push the knees out with the elbows, and one at a time, just lifting one heel up and rotating your hips round to the side that it's lifted up, and repeat on the opposite side. Just trying to push them knees out nice and wide. Rotate the hips round, lift up that heel, and just stretching out the insides of your hamstrings. Next up, we've got some quad stretches. Just find a space standing up, and if you just swing the one leg back, grab the foot. If you can with both hands, that'd be great. Try and keep the knees together. Once you're comfortable, you've got some balance, keep those knees together and try and push your hips forwards. So keep the knees together and try and really push your hips directly forwards. After 15 seconds, just change, so you've got the other leg. Same again, find your balance, get comfortable, try and pin the knees together and then push the hips forwards. Last up, we just got some knee raises, so just 5 on each leg. You'll notice that on my right leg I only did 4, but I'm not going to re-record the entire video for just 4. After you've done 5 each leg, repeat but a little bit quicker. Make sure every time you're doing this you're trying to really hit the knee onto the shoulder, nice and high, but make sure that your chin is out of the way.